Yo, it's CJ, and here are 5 things that I would personally be doing in the pre-patch if I wasn't too busy editing. But before we jump into that list, I want to hit you with a quick bonus tip from a 20-year WoW veteran. Use this downtime to fix your UI, keybinds, and macros. I can't count the amount of times I've told myself, oh, I'll fix that later, just to get mad at myself 5 minutes later for trying to use the same macro in combat, but it's still broken. So I would take my time right now to make sure that my UI is clean and my macros are functional. And here's what else I'd focus on: farming mounts and transmog. Now is the perfect time to farm old raids for mounts and transmog. Some are soloable, others might require an extra person or two. I recently soloed Molten Core and I got 500 raw gold and a bunch of transmogs I hadn't gotten yet. I've also got friends farming old raids like AQ for BOE greens that go for a ton on the auction house. Speaking of, don't just auto post your greens with random suffixes. Look up the base item name first, especially if it's of the monkey or of the eagle. Add-ons won't always show you the real value of an item because they might be too fixated on the of the eagle as opposed to the actual item. You could be putting up one of the greens in your bag for 10 gold on the auction house when it's actually worth 1,000. And since we're talking about gold, let's move on to our second topic: gold making. BOEs in raw gold are only just the start. Some of these old raids also drop battle pets. These battle pets can go for a lot on the auction house, and you can also level them up to 25 to sell them for even more. And with that said, that also opens up a niche little market where you can buy battle pets off the auction house at level 1 and level them up to 25 for resale. I also use an add-on called Auctionator, which helps me a lot with my professions. If I want to make some quick gold, I'll go to the auction house, open up my profession book, then click through my recipes and see which ones actually make a profit. And as you know, smelting is completely AFK, and so I'll buy thousands of ore off the auction house and then go park my character at the furnace to just earn passive gold while I sit here and edit or go and do stuff around the house. There's a lot more opportunities out there than just smelting for profit, and Auctionator is going to help you uncover what those are. Not sponsored, by the way. And some of that gold making advice was actually a perfect segue into our next topic: professions. If I wanted to hit the ground running in MoP, then I'm going to get my professions to max right away. Technically, you only have to get them to 500 because at level 500 you can start using the Mists of Pandaria recipe. Getting my professions up now is going to save me a lot of time as opposed to waiting until after launch. And to give a few shout outs, engineering is one of the best professions you can get in this expansion. It gives you all kinds of utility and even extra perks within the main city to use the auction house where other people without engineering can't. To shout out a few others, enchanting is also great for gold making, and it gives you bonus stats by being able to enchant your rings. Jewel crafting is also great for making money, and it's going to give you bonus stats by giving you unique gems that only jewel crafters can use. Don't sleep on professions, they're extremely useful, they offer great advantages, and like I said before, they can help you make a lot of gold. Jumping over to our fourth thing to do during pre-patch: join a guild. A lot of people ask me if Mists of Pandaria is worth playing because they don't have a whole lot of friends to play with. On top of that, one of the best ways to become a champion is to join a team of champions. I would be using this time to find a guild that's going to help you achieve what you look to achieve in Mists of Pandaria. Whether that's pushing heroic raids, pushing raiding in PvP, or just doing something cozy with a casual guild, finding the right group of people could make or break your expansion experience. There's also a lot of guilds out there that are recruiting for the new expansion, so go through, find what you want, take your pick of the lot, and get yourself into a guild with a good group of people that are going to help you accomplish your goals. If you're switching from a different version of the game to start raiding in MoP, some of the better guilds are probably going to want to see your logs. I think it's perfectly acceptable to be able to send them your classic vanilla logs or your TBC logs or your Wrath logs, just to be able to prove that you actually know how to play the game and you can parse high. You don't have to worry about the fact that you may have not played in Cataclysm. And if you end up picking the wrong guild at first, don't get discouraged. Once you recognize that you've fallen into the wrong group of people, just quickly remove yourself and find yourself that next group that is going to be the right fit for you. Besides, if you end up picking enough bad guilds, you'll end up being able to sniff out the right one. And lastly, if I had any classes that I was thinking about playing or alts that I wanted to finish leveling, I would go ahead and do that now. But on top of that, I would also just take a minute and explore the world around me. Cataclysm changed a lot, and even though I played during Cataclysm and Mists of Pandaria back in the day, I still didn't like the fact that the old world had changed, and I didn't really give it an opportunity. That being said, coming back through the game this time around, I've started seeing a lot more things that I appreciate within the new game updates. And I wouldn't know about any of that if I didn't give it a chance in the first place. There's a reason why when all of the classic players quit by Wrath of the Lich King, that this game continued to go on and thrive. Some of the new lore in these zones is really good, the Easter eggs are funny as hell, and honestly, I don't know, it just kind of adds that a cozy feeling that I felt like I was kind of missing from the later versions of WoW. And honestly, I guess it's just on me for not actually exploring the world in the ways that I used to in vanilla. And even if you don't want to level a new alt, if you're feeling a little bit burned out from farming or PvP and you just want to sit back and chill, just go fly around a new zone and poke around in the areas that you hadn't actually explored yet. I think you'll be surprised with some of the cool things you actually end up finding. And so that's it. If I was coming back from Mists of Pandaria, that's exactly how I would be spending my time during the pre-patch. If you've got any extra tips or you want to clarify something I've said in the video, let me know down in the comments below. On top of that, if you enjoyed the video, I'd appreciate it if you liked and subscribed below. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace!